Thank you, Mr. President. I want to begin by saying I love this city. Could have been anywhere in the world, but I chose to have a family and raise my children in this city, and have the honor of representing folks in this city. I want to say thank you to the many residents, stakeholders, and interested parties who have attended meetings or just shared their thoughts on the sales tax with me over the last several weeks. I also want to very publicly say what I've said to colleagues privately and what I've said to residents often, and that is that reasonable people can disagree on this issue and many more. Everyone says that this is one of the hardest votes we will ever have to take. But over the last several weeks, as information has been scarcely shared, as I have been called, texted, emailed, and even stopped in the streets, the position of the people I actually represent, not interested parties, political operatives, or people of that nature, but the people I actually represent, has overwhelmingly been consistent. I wish the state was more fair with us. I wish the city negotiated a better deal. I wish information was accurately and timely shared with council members and the public all along. I wish we had more time. I wish departments answered questions and factually without efforts at persuasion or anticipation. I wish we had a clean bill that financially helped this city without overreaching, micromanaging, and being racist. I wish we were not a city that prior to Act 12 and the consideration of a 2% sales tax was considered one of the worst places in America to raise black children, or had the highest incarceration rate of black men, and was the worst for just about every socioeconomic indicator for black people in the nation. I wish, in an effort to obtain votes, threats and promises weren't made, and accusations that people leadership, commitment, or concern for this city and all its residents were not brought into question, all in an effort to win a vote in support of this sales tax. I wish the city gave more thought and effort to the ways that we could generate additional revenue and be more efficient with our service delivery models without a negative impact on any of our constituents. Unfortunately, those wishes have not come true, and we are left with a very flawed Act 12, whose provisions have been passed and will be enacted regardless of our vote here today. And the vote we have for the 2% sales tax is before us. That overwhelmingly consistent response I have received from my constituents is concern. Concern for the financial impact on their households that a 2% sales tax will have. I, unlike most of my colleagues, have a district where I represent some of the most affluent people in this city and some of the most impoverished people in this city. Those who are impoverished are very concerned with any money coming out of their household, particularly for those on fixed income and who are at or below the poverty level. I have heard from local small business owners who fear that with Milwaukee having a 2% additional sales tax, that customers may make the choice to buy products outside of Milwaukee for cheaper, thus losing them business, or minority business owners who have concerns about their access to future government contracts. I've talked to residents who hate the entire bill, its lack of fairness on the percentage of shared revenue for Milwaukee, the provisions they believe violate home rule, as well as the provisions that attack efforts to improve conditions for people of color. Those same residents don't appear to be fearful of anybody's cliff. They have a greater concern and a desire for us as a city to, and I quote, fight. Stop accepting peanuts from the state. Don't let the state put us in a chokehold. It is no secret that my final wish would have been to allow the people to decide. I am a strong believer that this should have been a referendum, but since it's not, and we have to vote, I will say these last words, and I mean these for my constituents who I have the privilege and the honor of representing. And to them I say this: I stand fearlessly ready, willing, and able to collaborate with my colleagues and constituents to work together to find solutions that not only allow us to survive as a city, but that help us, all of us, to thrive. And it is my strong belief, after much deliberation and hearing from countless constituents, that this 2% sales tax does not do that. It is with all of these factors in mind and more that I ask to be recorded as a no. Thank you.